emotions going into coming back where it all started in Sacramento?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Well, I was at the hotel downtown, Kimpton. It's a nice new facility out there, right? It's obviously beautiful. And they're like, all right, we're going to go practice at the Stockton facility. But I didn't realize it was the old facility. So when we got here, I was like, so many memories that, coming into the building and just seeing the locker room, the training room, and all the stuff that, I was here for 3 years. So I remember it super well. And I love the city of Sacramento. The people here are amazing. They welcome my family. We still have great friends out here. And just an awesome experience to be able to start my career and be drafted here. So it's been cool to kind of reminisce a little bit.
I know it's you done played in G1C a couple times, but is it kind of strange coming up in here and not seeing that old barn?
Well, yeah, for sure. I come up here, I was like, what happened, right? And they're like, where's the arena? And I was like, well, it used to be right here, like 100 feet away. So it definitely is a little bit weird. Obviously when you come in to the parking lot, it's so big, right? And there's just not a whole lot going on over there anymore, but it used to be packed with cars, and we used to leave the games and everything. So yeah, it's definitely different.
What drew you to playing 3x3?
Honestly, the Olympics, right? Like that's the big draw. To be able to play basketball in the Olympics would be incredible. So that was what this whole thing started with. I stopped playing overseas in China. 2021 season. It was a COVID year, and it was really difficult. I was away from my family for 7 months, didn't see them once. And at that point, I had 3 kids, and I was like, I don't want to do that again, right? So I did it, and the 3-on-3 opportunity came, and it was a better opportunity to be with my family more, and a chance to play basketball in the Olympics. So that was the big 2 things.
I guess that's my whole thought process about this thing. The way your career started off, you played high school, college, of course. Now it seems like you have found your niche, in these type of games of competition. How do you explain that? Just being comfortable in what you're doing right now outside of professional basketball.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's interesting. You never know what your path is going to take you. And the thing about for me is just whatever opportunity that I decide that I want to do, I'm going to go all in on. Right? Like after the NBA, played in the NBA for 5 seasons, went over to China, really dove into the city of Shanghai and the CBA for 4 years, played in the EuroLeague for a year, came back and played in the NBA for a little bit. So I've had a lot of opportunity, but like I said, whatever is in front of me, I want to make sure to go all in and make sure I'm making the most of it, and doing the same here with the 3-on-3, right? It's a professional league, it's a FIBA World Tour, there's really good players and really great teams, and it's something for me that I can get better at, right? Like I can work at it. I'm, obviously just starting to play it, so because of that, there's a lot to work on. And I like that as a person, just to being able to compete, get better as a player, and look at something that I can have some drive to push forward in. So it's been fun to be able to do that.
How much of 3x3 feels new compared to it being just basketball?
Yeah, there's certain parts that are new, and there's certain parts that are just basketball, right? Like screen and roll, just basketball. Shooting the 3, it's just basketball. But no help side, that's not what that's not normal, right? That's not 5-on-5 basketball. You're supposed to stick to your man. You don't help. You do not want to give up a 1-for-2, all these different things. There's a lot of different actions that happen in 3-on-3 that don't happen in the 5-on-5 game. So it's just all these things that you're kind of getting used to. But then once you get the ball in your hands, it's very, very similar. So that's the one thing that's fun about it.
How do you see this game continuing to grow? Do you have people that reach out to you or anything like that, curious about how it works?
A ton, yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's grown a lot this year. The tour has gotten better and better every year. Like they've been doing it for probably 15 years now. Most people have no idea that that's been the case, but it started over in Europe, and then U.S. has been so young in it. But I think it's got some really good notoriety this year. When we played in the World Cup, there was a lot of media attention that was there. ESPN is picking it up, all these huge social media sites picking it up, with millions of followers that are seeing that game and being like, oh, what is this? It looks kind of cool. There's a stadium, and it's outside, but it's covered with fans around the whole thing. It just feels like a cool atmosphere, which it really is. It's a lot of fun, but you feel every emotion in 3-on-3, that's for sure, because it's such a quick game. You never know what can happen, but it's been so fun, great experience, and the guys that I've been playing with have just been awesome.
What was the process like for you getting with this specific group of guys to Miami?
Yeah, it was just mostly the Team USA decision. So it was last November, about almost a year ago. we played in the Americup, which was against all the Americas. Played in a big tournament down in Miami. They put our team specifically together to play that. So we played it and we ended up winning it. And then at that point they're like, all right, this is our best team to put forward in the World Tour. So they put us in the World Tour, and we've been playing, for the last 5 months all over the world, which has been an experience.
If you are able to make it to the Olympics, will you feel that pressure of representing Team USA and showing that the America is the best in basketball?
It's interesting because we're not the best in 3-on-3, right? And that's the difference, right? We like I said, we've been young, and Serbia has been the team that kind of invented the game and kind of just have been out there kind of running a lot of these tournaments and everything. But I feel like we've made some really great strides, and now we're playing some good basketball. And obviously in the World Cup, had the USA jersey on and played for the USA. We ended up taking second in that tournament. Really close game. We won the Americup in a USA jersey. So every time you put that jersey on, it means more. We understand that, and that's the type of pressure that you want. It's a privilege to be able to play for Team USA and put that jersey on. So anytime you can do that, especially in the Olympics, you're gonna have a heightened sense of pressure. But I think that's a good thing. At least for me, it is.
When you play in a 3-on-3, I mean, you basically got to be everywhere. I mean, as far as rebounding, shooting, assists, everybody has a part in that. Is that correct?
100%, yeah. You got to be able to do everything, right? So there's some games where you're going to switch on defense and you're going to have to play bigger guys. There's some games where it's like, all right, we have to go over, so you got to fight over and get over your man, and that's exhausting. But it's something that you have to be able to adapt really quickly on the fly and be able to do all different skill sets, play multiple positions, know when to take fouls, when not to take fouls. All those things come into play, but you have to be cerebral when you play the game for sure. And so it's something that I feel like I've been able to pick up pretty well. But I always have been a really skilled player. Like, I wouldn't be able to make where I was looking at me without being a skilled basketball player. So I feel like it fits kind of into my skill set and how I play.
With you being a shooter, what do you think of the value of long range, whether it being 2s or 1s?
Yeah, it's double, right? Like, it's way more than the NBA. So it's analytically, right? Like, you can get more shots up from 2 than the other team. You probably have a better chance to win, right? And depending on how good the 1s are that you're taking. But it's all about trying to find really good looks from 2. And that's something that I can do. I can create my own shot and come off of screens, whether it's a ball screen or a down screen, and be able to shoot 2s, which makes me a threat, and it also makes that guy that's setting the screen for the slip for a wide open layup a threat. So it's a lot of different things that go into it, but it definitely puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Jimmer, do you ever, aside from 3-on-3, if you don't mind me asking, out of respect,
yeah, of course.
You ever get, that thought in your head that you're going to get a call again from the NBA?
Honestly, at this point, no. I don't think that. I mean, they've had a chance for a long time at this point, and so I completely get it. I understand that's not my aspiration or anything at this point. Right now it's literally just about trying to make the Olympics. That's my goal. If a team wants to call me, great. I mean, I'm always prepared. I'm always ready. But it's more of the fact that I'm really enjoying this. I'm having fun, and doing something that is that I love, playing basketball and doing it in a different setting. But it's a new challenge. So yeah, I used to think about it, but at this point, honestly, it's way back in the past at this point.
I do want to say this too, before this scrum in. You've always been a professional since you came around here, and I always appreciate it. Yeah. You never talk bad about anybody. You was always kind and pleasant. To the press, whether it was a hard question, a softball question, sure. You answered every question.
Well, I appreciate that. That's the biggest thing for me, is being a good person. That's what people are going to remember. I'll play this game for a few more years and then be done, and then what do they remember about you, right? They remember how you treat you, and that's something that's the most important to me. Life is life. Basketball is basketball. Like I said, whatever happens, it happens. You just keep rolling with the punches. It can be frustrating, it could be difficult, but it doesn't mean you can treat people wrong. So that's the biggest thing for me.
You were talking about the differences between 5-on-5, 5x5, 3x3, and as you've played more and more 3x3, do you still feel that sometimes the instinct to do a 5x5 thing,
yes,
or is
100%.
Totally transcended that?
No, 100%. There are some times where I'm like, I'm helping too much, right? Or I'm not attached to my guy too much. or there's a screen rescreen and you're not, up on your guy, and you can be more physical in 3-on-3. You can push a little bit more, right? Like you do all these things, so it's different. And no, for sure, I'm not 100% yet, but that's why I like it, because I can get better at it. I can focus on little things that can help, be in my game and help our team win. So all those things are things that I'm trying to consciously work at. Now it's becoming more second nature, right? I've been doing it for 6 months or so now. So I always say it takes like 3 months every day to work on something to create a habit. So I'm past that point, and I'm trying to continue to, but it doesn't mean that you don't go back to the old things.
Thing.
Yeah, exactly. It takes some time. So.
Thank you.
And then just last one, just talk about just that nostalgic feeling of being back in Sacramento and playing obviously in the Golden One Center, not Arco, but Golden One Center.
Yeah, for sure. Just the city itself, coming into the airport and making the drive to downtown. I used to live in Land Park, so I was there for 3 years. Love that area. So just being able to drive down and see all the restaurants and all the places that I love to go eat. My wife is like, you got to go to McCooney's, you got to go to Mazzano's, you got to all the places. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I know. I'm going to take the guys to all the spots, right? And I understand that. So it's great to be able to reminisce, and I'm telling the guys about the stories that happened just right here, right? Like this is where I was at. So.
That red bunny, when you get into SMF, I see that red bunny.
I know, exactly. See all the stuff, so it's good.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. See you all tomorrow.